How y'all doing? This one just came up on the fly. Got a new topic for y'all. This one's trying new things in life. A lot of times we get stuck in our ways, I guess, or we just do one thing one type of way. We just kind of stay on the same path. Even when you're young, I'm a young person. I'd say I'm 26. But even when you're young, like a teen, you don't do this because it's corny, or you don't try this or that, and you just really just doing the same things over and over again. And it's the same results, but not even in that sense. And it's in the sense of not even trying new things in life. It's a big world and has so much to offer, and there's never trying anything new and just being closed off to it. And of course, there's different reasons why you might not try something new, because maybe it goes against your core values, or I don't know, or maybe you just can't be open to it. Maybe if you're too young to drink, so you can't try it. It's stupid stuff like that. But what else? There's probably other stuff too. Maybe it's because you're focused on one thing right now in life, or you're just too occupied. And I get those things, but generally speaking, going beyond that, different things you can try. And I have an example for myself. Growing up, I was born in the late 90s, 97, and I guess people around my age, the nerds, I guess, would watch anime, and so Yu-Gi-Oh! And when Naruto, when it came out, and even we watched Dragon Ball. Everyone watched Dragon Ball, but besides, Dragon Ball is not even an anime in America to some extent, because it's just so universal. Especially back then when I was a kid. But besides that, when animes were coming out, they were considered nerdy and cool. And even myself, I would never watch them. I was just always wrote them off. Oh, that's just weird. Even I was watching American cartoons, which is probably 10 times weirder. But besides that. And so anyway, by the time I got to college, I had a friend, a roommate, I was really close, and he's a great friend, not just because we're great friends, we laugh and hang out, but in terms of the stuff he taught me, that I would consider that a part of being a great friend, because he just had so many wise things to teach me. But anyway, this one great friend, he had put me on to Naruto, and so at this point it was probably 2016 or 17 or something like that. So Naruto was already at Shippuden, of course, by then, if you guys know about Naruto, but it was already at Naruto Shippuden by then. It was about to end at that point. But by the time he put me on and I watched it, I was before he was getting me into it, I was oh, it's nerdy and lame, because he's a really cool guy. He always had the cool clothes and everything. So I was surprised that someone like him would like that, because I always thought it was be lame or whatever. And it was just a nerdy type thing. I'm not really into that. I was when you're into sports, you're I'm not really into that type of thing. But then I watched it, and it just changed everything, and I became a huge fan of anime, and I just watched from there. I probably watched 20 anime over the next 5 or 6 years. I guess what it is now. I don't really watch anime now. It's probably been a year since I watched any anime, or maybe even a year and a half. But for those past 5 years, that was something I really was into. It was like a hobby of mine, and I really liked it, and it did a lot for me. There's a lot of good lessons in them, and it's learning a new culture. So it's so that's the one thing I'd say about trying new things. You never know what you would like. You'd be surprised. Maybe a lot of times the thing, and of course there's variations with this. Obviously, if you're on a certain diet, or you do this or that, you might not try something. If you don't eat pork or something, I don't know, then obviously then that doesn't count. But generally what I'm saying is that a lot of times you would just, in trying new things, you just find stuff that you really like, and it really can help, that you can relate to too. That's the other thing with it, because I was surprised how much I could even relate to an anime, but that could be just applied to anything in life. You try something new and you just really like it. It just goes beyond the culture and what you've been in, the culture you were raised in, and everything around the people around you that they're in, and you get into something new. But then, so even with that specific example of the anime thing, everyone my age is an adult. Everyone's watching anime at this point. If you haven't watched it as a kid, you probably watched it as an adult, because it kind of blew up, and when we became into our adulthood, people my generation. But besides that, that's what I'm saying, is trying new stuff. You try something, and then you get on a whole new wave of people on it, because you just never know. So that's just the beauty of trying new things in life. And I don't know, even at this point in life, I'm trying some new shit today. I'm at this point in life, I'm actually open to try new experiences myself. But I don't know, I guess the message just is to try new things, and just trying not to be too closed off. There's one thing if you just can't do something, but being closed off to it altogether is just a whole different thing. So try to stay open-minded, try new things. Catch up.